Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone, on this Monday. It's already the 18th day of May. We're headed towards June, and then, the 4th of July will be just around the corner. It feels kind of like the 4th of July out there this afternoon. It is in the 90s over a good part of our viewing area, and it feels a little warmer than it actually is on the temperature gauge. So let's go ahead and take a look at our temperatures. We got 88 right now in Savannah, but it feels like 91 when you put that 52% humidity in there. Well, at least we got a little bit of a breeze there, 9 miles per hour out of the southeast. In Milledgeville, beautiful day here, coming in at 88. It feels like 93 right now with that 55% humidity. So be careful, take some breaks, because it is getting into that time of the year where you can overheat if you're out there for very long. 86 right now in Memphis. It was at 88 about an hour ago, but you've got a few clouds that have popped up there, kind of dampening the sunshine there just a bit, but it'll return in full force the next hour or two before the sun goes down. Now you can see 86, but it still feels like 88 out there with that 52% humidity. Some brisk winds out of the southwest at about 15, and here in the lovely town of Humboldt, we got a beautiful scene here. 88 degrees, feels like 93 out there when you factor in that 55% humidity. And look at that dew point, 70-degree dew point. If the conditions were right, I'm telling you, we would have some big storms in here. But you got to have all of the conditions, or at least, a few of the important ones. But I'll tell you, the air is loaded with moisture right now. We just don't have other mechanisms that would be in place for, big storm outbreak, at least for today. I think it's coming for tomorrow. Right now, we got 91 in Dresden, 91 in Ridgely, 90 in Dyersburg, Ripley coming in at 90, as well as Covington. We've got 88 right now in Somerville, over to Alamo. They're in Crockett County. We got 88 in Jackson, 91 right now in Union City and Dresden. Trenton coming in at 91. We've got 88 in Lexington, Parsons, and Camden. And Selmer coming in at 88, and Henderson. I wanted to just call out a bunch of city names today, but there you go. In case you're walking by the TV, or you can hear the temperature. So hopefully that worked for you. Winds have been very brisk, gusting at times up to about 25 miles per hour, generally between about 10 and 15 through most of the duration. Radar is very decorated, but you notice most of the storms well off to our north and west. However, we have had a few of those try to get close to northwest Tennessee, and we'll likely see another round of that potential coming up between about 7 and 10 o'clock tonight. We'll need to watch Lake County over to Obion, possibly western Dyer County as well. Not expecting severe, but you could get some rumbles of thunder and some heavy downpours as that kind of brushes by later this evening. Let's take a look at our surface map. So we got a lot of warm and humid air in place, but we don't have other mechanisms. We need a frontal boundary for some lift. We've got low pressure out there to the west. We've got a mid-level trough that's going to be dipping down and coming over us, a positive tilted trough. That should stir things up as we go into tomorrow, and I believe we'll get numerous showers and thunderstorms over the area starting as early as about late morning. But for today, just be aware if you're traveling. We got that big chance of tornadoes and severe storms out there over parts of Kansas, northwest portions of Missouri, southwestern Iowa, in that 4 out of 5 risk. Now, you don't see the red, but just a handful of times at best every severe season, and we've got that. We've got the 4 out of 5 over that area. 3 out of 5 expands out further, and then you can see the 2 out of 5 risk kind of extends down into Illinois, Indiana, and then you've got that green area that comes very close to northwest Tennessee. So we'll have to kind of watch northwest Tennessee as we head on into the evening. Now, tomorrow, that system weakens a little bit, but we become under a severe weather risk, a 2 out of 5 for the western half of our viewing area. The rest of us will be under that 1 out of 5. We'll zoom in so you can get a better view of it, but you can see all of West Tennessee, for the most part, will be under a severe risk for tomorrow. The main threats are going to be damaging wind and large hail. I'm not seeing a big tornado threat with this whatsoever. I would be surprised if we had something like that, but definitely a chance for some very strong winds in some of these storms, and some large, golf ball sized hail or larger could occur in a couple of these storms come tomorrow. Here's Futurecast. There's what we're talking about. 7 to 10 o'clock, those storms kind of brushing through Lake and Obion County. You'll see that again here in a moment. But here we are into tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Here's noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right into 3 o'clock there. Here's 5 o'clock. And you can see very active with numerous showers and storms, and this goes on right on into the nighttime as well. It does look like some of the storms are going to come in a little bit earlier than what has been shown. Now, that will continue again into Wednesday. More showers and storms getting more numerous again towards the late morning and afternoon on Wednesday as well. Here's the replay. Storms brushing through Lake and Obion tonight. Then in the morning, we see storms as early as 11 a.m. over northwest Tennessee. They continue to push east. Here's 3 o'clock. School getting out. Could be a few strong storms around, but much more concentrated from about 7 o'clock tomorrow night through about 10 o'clock. We get a big break in the action through most of the night. Then we get into late Wednesday morning, and more storms are firing up right on into the afternoon. So be aware, it's going to be a very unsettled, very stormy week ahead. And you'll see in the 7-day forecast, there will be some chances of severe weather throughout the week. Here's the rest of our evening. We'll drop down to about 83 by around 8 o'clock, 77 by midnight. Again, there is going to be that slight chance of a storm over northwest Tennessee. The rest of us will be left out, I believe, as we head into tonight. Hourly forecast centered out of Jackson here, just for a good look in the center. We're going to be under a partly cloudy sky, dropping down into the 70s towards about 10 o'clock. And we'll wake up in the morning there in the low 70s. Your CompuCast forecast, 6 a.m., 74. We'll drop to about 73 at 7 a.m. to about the mid 70s by 8 a.m. And that'll start our temperature climb. I think we'll be dry in the morning with, we get on into about 11 a.m. That's when you got to start kind of watching. Most of us, it'll be on into the afternoon. Bus stop forecast, yes, a chance of those thunderstorms towards the afternoon, going to be up to about 90 degrees. And the chance of storms will be up to about 60% by 3 o'clock. And it'll climb on up there higher as we go into the rest of the afternoon. So here we go. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy into the evening. A slight chance, mainly for northwest Tennessee, 88 to 73 tonight. Back to 90 tomorrow. Again, we could see some severe storms. I didn't update my percentage. That's more like 80%, but there is a chance if a storm develops, it could have some large hail, damaging winds. That's going to be the main threat tomorrow. Then some of the storms could hold together on into Wednesday. Looks to be numerous showers and storms as well. Highs will be about 81. We'll drop a little bit in temperature, 60s for the overnight lows and back to the low 80s. But then going to be watching again towards Friday and Saturday. That could present another opportunity for some severe weather as well. All right, guys, going to be busy this week. Again, not expecting much this evening. It's mainly going to be tomorrow and Wednesday. And again, starting in as early as about 11 a.m. there in northwest Tennessee, Jackson, Lexington, over to, say, Union City, more like about noon to about 2 o'clock, and then the Tennessee River areas more after 2 o'clock to, through the rest of the evening. We'll be watching any of those storms break out. We'll be here live tracking the storms. Thanks for watching.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.
When severe weather strikes, we are West Tennessee Weather Channel. No matter how large the city or how small the community or town, West Tennessee Weather Channel is there in severe weather. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Brian Davis, standing in the studios here at West Tennessee Weather Channel. We cover all 21 counties of West Tennessee, and no matter how large the city or how small the town, if there's severe weather in your area, we're going to be talking about you. Thanks so much for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel.